Hey guys, welcome back to Familiar Heart. So before we get started, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below so you automatically enter into the hearts if you haven't already, and hit the post notification bell button so you get notified whenever I post another video. So my face actually looks like it's been tearing up in that because I actually have been a bit upset because I found out that my grandmother's dog Stella got put down yesterday. So that's really upsetting news, and the only reason why I wanted to have a break from YouTube is because I was and I still am trying to get over a 3-year going on a 4-year toxic relationship. I'm saying it's toxic because it kind of was toxic, but even though I love this man and I didn't really want it to be like this, and I didn't want to break up, I got to do it for the well-being of my daughter that's on her way. But I'm not going to let my personal life get to me anymore. So for today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make these really cool booties. They're actually roller skate booties, and this is not my design. This is actually a design that I found off an old how to crochet and knit baby book. It's over 60 years old. This is actually my grandmother's book. So this is here. But before I do show you how to crochet some of this, I want to show you some of the things that my grandmother, because she was up here for a couple of days, she literally just went back to the airport so she can go home. But I want to show you a couple of things that she's actually knitted and crocheted me. So the first thing that she's knitted me, and she actually showed me how to knit one myself, and I tried to attempt to knit one myself, is these little tiny knitted booties. Mine are a bit different than hers, but she's knitted them for me. I've got 2 pairs of them. The next thing that she's knitted me, and she did this when she was down in Tassie, is this knitted jumper. I'm knitting the jumper right now, it's outside, that she started for me. But she knitted that for me. And she's also knitted this dress for me. It's a really, really cute pink dress. I believe this is the front and this is the back. But she's knitted that for me. And the next thing she's knitted me is this bonnet. Goes over her head, baby bonnet that she's knitted me. I believe these little strings go underneath her chin and they tie up underneath her chin. Well, that's another thing that she's knitted me. And the last thing that she's got for me, this is actually not knitted, it's actually crocheted, but she did this beautiful dress. So it's got bows at the front and there's buttons at the back that button it up, but it's actually quite pretty and cute. But that's all the things that she's knitted me and crocheted. I think that's also cute. I can't wait until she's here and inside one of these clothings. It'd be so cute to see her in, and with photos as well. So that's all the things that she's knitted me. So let's get on with how to crochet these booties. I will be following the pattern with you guys, so you will be seeing this quite a lot in the video, because I don't know how to crochet these off by heart yet. I only crocheted one set of them. So the colour I'll be using for her actual boot is this white yarn. The things I'll be crocheting for her pom-poms and the lead will be this purple yarn. I've got black for the sole and these will be for her tyres, which I'll be crocheting her tyres, showing you how to crochet her tyres first. So let me get my stuff ready and we'll get started. And before I do get my stuff ready, I literally forgot a couple of other little tools that you will obviously need for making this pattern, and that is a yarn needle, a crochet hook, 3.5 crochet hook, and a pair of scissors. Okay, so I'm back, you guys, and I'm not too sure if this is good or not. It's the best that I can do because I literally got it sitting on my daughter's toy that I was given. So I obviously got my hook here, and we're going to be starting off on making the tyres, and I do know how to make that off by heart. So we're using this green minty colour yarn for that. So to start off with the tyres, you've got to do a magic circle. So all you've got to do is place your yarn over your fingers like that and crisscross them over, and then grab your hook, go underneath the first yarn and pick up the second yarn, and then I'll chain one, the yarn over, pull it through. So it also says do 6 single crochets in the center. Apparently this is an old version how you do it, and apparently the old version, instead of they saying it's a single crochet, apparently this is a double crochet. I'm not too sure. I think it's a double in the UK. So I'm going to do 6 double crochet into the center, which that is obviously a single. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then you pull that yarn loose, tight, and then for the next round you're going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch around. So you go to the very first stitch and you put your hook in there, if I can even put my hook in there, and you do 2 double crochets in the hole. So it's 1, 2, and you're going to do that 5 more times. So I wanted to do that, and I want to show you one more time, and then I want to do it off camera. So you go in the loop. Oh, I mixed that one up. So you go in the stitch, grab a yarn, pull it up, yarn over, pull through, do that one more time, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to do that 3 more times. I'm going to do the rest of it off of camera. Okay, so I'm back and I've done my 2 in each stitch around, and I forgot to mention one thing, and I had to redo it because of it. You got to literally leave 1 meter of yarn as a tail, and I'll show you why very, very soon. So the best thing to do now is put a stitch marker in, but I don't have a stitch marker with me. I literally forgot to bring it. So I'm going to be using a scrap bit of wool for the time being. Normally I do use a stitch marker. So I just lay it like that. And now what you want to do for the next 3 rounds is to crochet, double crochet 1 in each stitch around. So I'll be doing the first couple with you. So you insert the hook into the loop, pull up, so you insert the hook through the stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. Yeah, do it again, insert, pull up, draw through, do it one more time, insert your hook, draw a loop through, yarn over, draw, hang on for 2 seconds, I just lost the stitch. You insert a hook through the loop, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through the next 2 loops. So you're going to be doing that all the way around for 3 rounds. So not this round, not the second round, but the last round. So you're going to do it 3 times. so I'm gonna do it off the camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So once you do the 3 rounds of single crochet, you're gonna be doing an increase. So you're gonna be putting the hook through the first stitch, draw up a loop, put the hook through the second stitch, draw up a loop, so you should have 3 loops, and then yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. So you're going to be doing that twice. So yarn in, pull up, yarn in, pull up, draw through, yarn in, pull up, yarn in, pull up, draw through. So now you're going to be making a big loop. So the next thing you want to do to gather up this tail and a big bunch, this is where the long tail comes in. And then you're going to be flipping the tire inside out. So the yarn, the tail is in the middle of the tire. Put your hook back on the loop. And then now you're going to do 3 more decreases. So yarn in the first loop. The tail might get annoying. You just got to have to work with it. Draw up. Yarn in the next loop. Draw up. Yarn over, draw through all 3 loops. So you're going to be doing that twice more. I'm going to do it off camera and I'm going to come back. Okay, so I'm back and I've just done the last 3 increases. So now you want to leave about an inch or so tail so you can sew it on the bottom of the booty. And then pull it through, sew in that end, and that completes the first wheel. So you're going to be needing to do 7 of them, 7 more of these, because you need 8 in total. So you've done 1, so you need to do 7 more, because you need to have 4 for each booty. So I'm going to do all of my 8, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to crochet the booty. Okay guys, so I'm back and it's actually the next night. I saved it for the night. So the next thing it says on here is, I don't reckon you can see it, but I can definitely see it. It says you got to chain, start off with the sole colour, so because we're making the sole first. This is the sole. So we're going to be starting off with the black, and it says to chain 14. So I'm going to chain 14. So you start off with a slip knot. How I do my slip knot is I put my yarn in between my fingers like that, push them over, and place both loops on my finger and cross one loop over the other. And you pull that tight. Now you chain 4. So all you got to do is wrap your yarn over the hook and pull through, and that's a simple chain. So that's 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so on. I'm going to do this until I get to 14. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've just completed round 1, and it's actually the following night, and my hair's wet and that because I had a shower. I'm ready to go to bed. It's actually the following night. So after you complete round 1, we got to go on to round 2. And it says on round 2 is do 1 double crochet in the next 2 double crochets, do it twice. So I'm pretty sure it's chain 3 first. Yeah, it says chain 3, so you got to chain 3, yarn over your hook, pull through, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and it says twice, so you're going to be doing 1 double crochet in the same stitch as a slip stitch, yarn over your hook, pull, yarn over your hook, insert your hook through the stitch, yarn over, pull, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through the first 2 loops, yarn over, draw through the last 2 loops. So now you're going to be doing it in the next stitch twice. So yarn over your hook, pull through, yarn over your loop, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So you've done 2 double crochets, you've done 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and it says do that twice, so you're going to do that one more. So yarn over your hook, insert, yarn over your hook, pull through, yarn over your hook, pull through 2, yarn over your hook, pull through 2, yarn over your hook, insert, draw up your loop, yarn over your hook, pull through 2, yarn over your hook, pull through. I just lost count. So yarn over your hook, pull through 2. So after you do that, it says 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So it's 1 double crochet in the next 9. I'm pretty sure it was actually 2 double crochets in the next 2 stitches. Yeah, it was. So it was actually 2 in this stitch, 2 in this stitch, and then do 9. So and I'm doing it off camera, and I'm going to come right back. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've just read it, and it says do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, then it's 2 double crochets in the following stitch, and it says do it 3 times, so you're going to be doing it 2 more times after this, the same pattern. So it's 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, then it's 1 double crochet, and then it's 2 double crochets, and as you see, it's slowly starting to become a little sole foot shape. And then it says do 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So it says two double crochets in the next stitch. So in the following stitch you do 2, 1, 2, and then it says do 1 double crochet, and then in the last, I'll just wait for 2 seconds. So it says I think I made a mistake here. So I'm going to go back until the 9. So I'm back to the 9 double crochets. Yep, in the next stitch, do 2 double crochets in the stitch. So do 2 double crochets in that stitch after the 9 single double crochets. So it's 1, 2. I marked up a bit and I didn't mean to do that. Then it says do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, do that twice. So in the next 2, you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So it's 1, 2. So then after that, it says oh wait, no, I had it right before, because then I actually had it right before. So you'll be doing after the 9 double crochets, you'll be doing 2 double crochets in the next stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So it's 2 and then 1, you do that 3 times. So I had it right the first time. So it's 1, 2, 'This will be the last one. Three. So I have to do that twice. I have to do that 3 times. Be doing 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So it's in the next stitch you do 2 double crochets. So it's 1, 2 double crochets. And then you do 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So in the next 9 stitches, which I'll be doing it off of camera, you're going to be crocheting, double crocheting in each of the next 9 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do the rest off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I've just completed my 9 single crochets. And in the next stitch you're going to do 2 double crochets in the next stitch, and then you're going to do that twice. So it's 1, and then you pull out the stitch marker and you do 1 in the very last stitch. And then what you're going to be doing to finish off this round is to slip stitch into the top of the free chain. Oop, excuse me, I've got a sneeze. and you're going to put that stitch marker back into the place. So then it says that completes the sole, so that's what the sole looks like. And then for round 3 it says go into the back loops only, do a single crochet in each stitch around. And then you're going to be slip stitch, and it also says slip stitch to the main colour, which my main colour for this, it's going to be white. So that's my main colour. So I'll be doing the first couple with you, and then I'll be going off doing it myself. And it also says chain 1 at the start. So you're going into the back loops only, so it's the loop furthest away from you, not both loops, the loop furthest away. So that's one. You're going to be doing a single crochet in each of these stitches. And how I do a single crochet is you don't yarn over, you just insert like you would for a slip stitch. Then you're going to be drawing up a loop, so then you've got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over your hook again and draw through the next 2 loops. So I'll be doing it one more time with you. Insert, draw up, yarn over, draw through 2. So now I'm going to be doing it off of camera, and I'm going to come back once I've completed this round. And when you do complete this round, you've got to slip stitch into the first single crochet with, you've got to slip stitch with this colour. So I'm going to do this off of the camera, and I'll come right back. Okay guys, so I'm back, and I've just completed my round of single crochets, and then I slip stitch with the boot colour, the main colour. So now the next thing you want to do before you continue on with the next step is you want to start sewing on the wheels. So you want to start tying on the 4 wheels that you've crocheted. So I've actually tied mine together. I just got a message, and that's what I was looking at just then. But you want to start sewing on your wheels, and I've tied mine together, which is kind of silly because I wanted to keep them together while I was doing the sew. But you want to thread your yarn needle through. Oh, by the way, you want to pull up the loop before you take this hook out, and then you want to go to the front side, pick about 1 centimetre away from the tip of the booty, and from one side you want to thread the needle through. I think that would be too little bit apart. So you want to start threading it through. So see, as it looks like that. You could only use 2 of them, but it'd be better using 4, so so he or she can actually stand while wearing these booties. So you just want to keep on going backwards and forwards until you think it's secure. On the actual tutorial it says sew the wheels on last, but I did that for the last booties and it didn't work out so well. It was actually really, really tricky to sew. So And now my hook needle just came flying off. So then you want to sew it through, and then you want to tie a knot. Once you think it's secure, you want to tie a knot to make sure the booty doesn't come undone and fall off. And then poke your needle back through the one side of the booty and out the other. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm so sorry about that because my mum called out to me and she wanted to see me because my auntie gave me a card with some gift vouchers, which I will send her a text later to thank her. So once you've sewed one wheel on the booty, you want to continue to sew the rest of the booties on. So you're going to be sewing one more next to the one you just sewed on, and you'll be sewing the last two at the back of the booty. And I'm going to do it off a camera so it doesn't take up too much time, and I'll come back once I'm done. See you soon. Okay, so I'm back, guys, and this is what it looks like once all four wheels have been sewn on. So the next step is, we're about to find out, is starting with the main colour, which is white. So it says fourth round using the main colour is to do a single crochet in each stitch around. So you're going to be doing a single crochet in each of these stitches. So obviously insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over your hook, draw through the next two loops. So insert, draw up, pull through. That's how you do a single crochet, and I think I have shown you that before. So you're going to be doing that all the way around, and it says turn your work after that, so you do not whatsoever slip stitch into the first stitch. You just leave it. So you do do a single crochet all the way up to the stitch marker, do a single crochet in that, and just leave it. So I'll be doing this off of camera, and I'm going to come back when I'm done. Bye. Actually, I'm back because I kind of made a mistake. So it does say slip stitch into the first single crochet, then it says turn. So you do slip stitch and then you turn your work. So just to be mindful of that. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay guys, so I'm back, and it's actually the next night. I'm sorry, I've only been doing like one round per night at the moment. But after you complete this round right here, which is the very first round of the white of the actual booty colour, it says turn your work. So you slip stitch into the first stitch and then you turn your work. So we'll want to find out what to do for the next one. So it's round 4, so we're up to round 5. So it does say do a single crochet and then do so it's chain 1, and then it says do a single crochet into the same space as the slip stitch. So do a single crochet in there. That's where you're going to put your new stitch marker. And then it says do one single crochet in each stitch to the end, slip stitch to the first, single crochet, and then turn your work. So all you're going to do is the same round again, do what you did for the last round to this round. So you're going to be doing a single crochet in that stitch, single crochet in that stitch, and a single crochet in this stitch, and so on and so on and so on until you are back to the very beginning, and then you slip stitch into the first, double crochet, and then you turn your work. And then you got to repeat round 5 twice. So you got to do it. You got to do this round 2 times. So I'm gonna do round 5 and round 6 and round 7 off of the camera, and then I want to come back and show you what to do next. Okay guys, so I am back, and it's actually the next night, so it's actually the following night, and I've completed, oh, my hook just fell off for a second. So I've just completed my 5th round, and I've done that 2 more times. So I'm up to round 8. So it does says turn your work, so I will be doing that. So for round 8, it does say do 1 chain and do a single crochet in the same place as the slip stitch, which means I'm going to be turning my work when I do this. I haven't turned it yet. So same place as the slip stitch, put your stitch marker in, and then it says decrease. So you go, how you decrease is you go into the first double crochet, and then you go into the next single crochet, and then you should have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over and you draw through all 3 loops. That's how you decrease. So you're basically crocheting 2 together, single crochet and 2 together. So after you do that, it says do 1 double crochet in each stitch around until there's 5 stitches remaining. And how I mark that is normally I get another stitch marker, and I normally stitch from 5 stitches, so I count 5 back. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So normally it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you do 1 single crochet all the way around until you get to that stitch. So I'm going to do that off of camera, of course, then I'll come back. Okay guys, so I'm back and I'm down to my last 5 stitches. So I've double crocheted until I've got 5 stitches left. Then it says, and I'm going to be doing this off of camera too, by the way, but it says decrease 1 double crochet to 1 double crochet. So it's decreasing 2 single crochets together. And then it says slip stitch to the first stitch and turn your work. So I'm going to be doing that off of camera, and I'll come back. Okay guys, so I am back, and I have done round 8, and it does say that you've got to repeat round 8 twice. So you're going to be doing the same things what you did for the last round, but 2 more times. And then I want to do it off of camera, and I want to come back for round 13. Okay guys, so I'm back, and it's actually the following night. So it did say, so I've just repeated those round 8 twice, and then for the 13th round, we're up to round number 13. I was going to pull off a bit of yarn. So for round 13, it does say, so I've got to turn my work. So it says miss the first slip stitch, and then do a slip stitch in the first double crochet. So you'll be missing this slip stitch right here, and you'll be doing a slip stitch in the first double crochet. So you'll be doing a slip stitch there. Then after you do the first slip stitch, you're going to be doing do one slip stitch in the first double crochet, and then you're going to be doing chain one. So you're going to be doing just a chain one, and then you're going to be missing a stitch. So you're going to be missing this stitch, and then you're going to be doing a double crochet in the following. So you miss a stitch, and then you do a double crochet in you do a single crochet in the following. And then it does say to do one double crochet in one single crochet in each single crochet until we get the last 3 stitches, and then you miss a stitch, and you're going to be doing a single crochet in the last stitch, and then you turn your work. So you slip stitch into the first double crochet, and then you turn your work. I'm going to be doing it all off of camera, and I'm going to come back once I'm done. Okay, I'm back, and it's actually the following night, and the light's a bit different because I actually got my lamp on, so my room can cool down a bit. So I'm just trying to find where I'm up to. Okay, so I think we're up to round 14. So it does say chain 1. So you're going to be chaining 1. There's also a turn work too, by the way. And now I just lost my stitch marker. Wherever that went off to. Inside the booty. So you're going to be chaining 1. And then it says to miss a double crochet and to do a double crochet in the slip stitch. So in the miss you can actually see a hole there. That's where we missed the double crochet before. So you'll be doing a double crochet in there, and that's where you're going to be putting your stitch marker. I'm hoping making sense. I'm not too sure if I'm not or not. If I am or not, I can't talk today. And then it does say after you do that is a double crochet, do a single crochet in each stitch around until the last skip stitch. So you're going to be crocheting until you get to the last place where you've actually missed the stitch, which for my case, mine's right here. So, and then you're going to be doing a double crochet in that hole, and then you're going to be slip stitching to the first double crochet, and then you turn your work. And I'm going to do this all off of camera, but before I do, I want to show you, I want to do a couple of double crochets with you. So that's 1 double crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4 single crochet, 5 single crochet, 6 single crochet, and you're going to be doing that until you're at the last miss a stitch, and then you're going to be doing a single crochet in that miss a stitch hole, and then you slip stitch. So I'm going to do it off of camera and I'm going to come right back. Okay guys, so I'm back and it's actually the following night. So I'm actually still on round 14 and I accidentally read it wrong, so I just reread it just then, and it says instead of doing a single crochet in the miss a stitch, it actually says do a decrease over it. So you decrease into that hole and you decrease into the next stitch. So you're decreasing that hole and the next stitch together. So I'm so sorry about that mix up, but that's what's happened. And what I'm doing now is slip stitching into the very first single crochet. So I should be up to round 15. And it does say chain 1, miss the first stitch, double crochet into each stitch around until you get to the last 2 single crochets, and you decrease them 2 together. So I'll be doing the first couple with you on camera, and then I'm going to take off and I'm going to do the rest off of it. So I'm going to pull you guys a bit closer. So you chain 1 and you miss the first single crochet, which is this stitch right here. You miss that, so you go into the following and you do a single crochet in there, and then you do a single crochet all the way around until you get to the last 2 stitches, and then you decrease those 2 together. So I'll be doing 5 of you on camera, and then I want to take off and do the rest of it off of camera. So that's 1, 2, got an itchy ear, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so on and so on until you get to the last 2 stitches, and then do a decreasing them 2 stitches, and then you're done with that round. So yes, I'm going to do it off the camera, and I'm going to come back for round 16. Okay guys, so I'm back and it's actually the following night. I just had a shower, that's my hair's so wet and I'm in my PJs. So I think we're on to round 16. Yeah, we're up to round 16. So it says chain 1. So that's 1. And then it says miss the first slip stitch, double crochet into the next stitch. So it's miss this stitch right here, and you double crochet into the next stitch. And then it says chain 1, miss the first double crochet, so you chain 1, you miss the first double crochet, single crochet, you do a single crochet in the following, oops, upside down. And then it says to double crochet into each stitch, do a single crochet into each stitch around until you got the last 3 stitches. Then you chain 1, you miss the first double crochet, and you decrease the last 2. So I'm going to do that off of camera, but I will be doing a couple on camera with you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so on and so on until you've got 3 stitches, and then you do what I just read out to you then. So I'm going to do it off the camera and I'm going to come back for the next round. Okay guys, so I'm back and it's actually the following day, and today's actually been a really hectic day because I have to go to court today to apply for a DVO and to launch a DVO on my ex-partner, and also I got a new watch, Apple Watch, and I also got a new phone today. So yeah, so I went to the next round. Like I said, it's the following night, and I went to round 17. So it does say for round 17 is to chain 1. If I can move my slip stitch out of the way, my stitch marker out of the way. Chain 1, double crochet into the first stitch. So this is the first stitch here. I'm going to do a single crochet in there. It does say double in there, but everyone else normally calls it a single crochet, so I'm going to be trying my best to call it a single crochet. And then it says to do a single crochet in the slip stitch, in the misser stitch. So the next stitch is actually the misser stitch. That's where you're going to be doing the next single crochet. And in the next stitch, the next step is to do a single crochet into each stitch until the next slip stitch, then do 1 single crochet into first in that slip stitch, and then do a single crochet in the last single crochet. So I'll be doing the first stitches. You're basically doing single crochets all the way around till you get to this slip stitch, miss a stitch, and then you'll be doing the single crochet in there, and then you're going to be doing a single crochet in the first one, if that makes sense. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on until you reach the slip stitch, do a single crochet and slip stitch, and then slip stitch to the first double crochet. So I want to do that, and I want to come back for the next round. Okay guys, so I'm actually back, and it's actually the following night. So it's actually the next night, and I've also got a device in my arm because I had I got gestational diabetes. So I use that, and I just point my phone like that at it, and it scans it. I've got to actually be into the app to point it, and it scans it, and it shows me it basically tells me what my sugars are. But we'll continue on, no talk about that, we'll just continue on with my with our booties. So we're up to round 18 and 19. You've got to do this row twice because it says 18 and 19, so you've got to do it twice from the sounds of things. So it says chain 1, double crochet into each stitch until the end. So you're basically going to be chaining 1 and doing a single crochet in each stitch all the way around for both round 18 and 19 from the sounds of things. So I'm going to be doing that, but I'm going to do a couple stitches with you before I do it off of camera. So I'll just go into the stitch, pull it, drop it, pull through, just 1, 2. So I think I've done a fair bit on this. So I'm going to continue doing the next these 2 rounds off of camera, and I'm going to come back for round 20. So I'll see you for round 20. Hi guys, so I'm actually back and I've completed row 18 and 19, and I'm up to row 20, and it's actually the following night. So we're up to row 20, it's the following night. For row 20 it says chain 1, and it says do double crochet into each, double crochet into the first double crochet. So you double crochet into, it's actually called a single crochet, so you single crochet into there, and then it says chain 1, then miss a single crochet, so you miss the next stitch, and you single crochet into the following, and once you do that, you do 1 single crochet into each single crochet until you've got 2 single crochets left. You chain 1, miss a stitch, and single crochet until the last stitch. So I want to do that off of camera, and I'm going to come back for round 21. Okay guys, so I'm back and we're up to round 21, and it's actually the following night. So it's actually the following night, and we're up to round 21, and then the round 21 it says as 17 round, fasten off. So you basically copy 17. So you copy round for 21, you do the same thing as what you did for round 17, which is chain 1, miss the first stitch, double crochet into the next, which is a single crochet, and then after you do that, you double crochet, single crochet into the slip stitch. So as the miss a stitch, you do a single crochet in, and my little foot and my daughter's toy is in the way. And then after you do that, you're going to double single crochet into each single crochet into the next slip stitch, do a single crochet in that slip stitch, and then do a single crochet to the first stitch. So once again I'll do a couple with you, and then I will do it off of camera, and once you do the last single crochet you fasten off. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so on. I'm going to do the rest off of camera, and I'll come back to show you how to make the laces and the pom-poms. Okay guys, so I'm back, and it's actually the next night, and I just wanted to come up here and tell you that I will not be crocheting a row tonight because this is going to be the last row before I do the intro, and I just want to go straight into the intro after I've completed this last row and completed my first booty. And I look like a hot mess. I jumped out of the shower, and I don't really like. I'm a person that don't really like having my intros looking like this. I'm a very, very clean person. I don't like looking like a hot mess while I'm doing my intros or my outros. I think it's my outro that I gotta do after this. So I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know that tomorrow I'll finish off the video and I'll finish off the booty. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when I finish off my booty. Okay guys, so I'm back and we're actually up to the ties, which is, all it is just 2 pom-poms and basically a small chain. So I've already made 1 pom-pom off of camera, the same size that I want. So I've actually made 1 pom-pom off of camera. So I'll be teaching you how to make the other pom-pom. So what I use is this Pom-Pom Maker. This is the first time I'm using it. And I made it off of camera first so I can learn it off a YouTube video. But what it is, you literally just, how I brought it and it came like this. So, and it actually comes apart. So that's how you release the pom-pom. And then there are 2 little things that you need to open up to wrap the wool around to make the pom-pom. So it opens up like this, and you got 2 of them, so you can put the yarn, wrap a yarn through the middle and tie it so it doesn't come undone. I will be teaching you how to make the pom-pom that I just learnt with this little tool. So how I've done it is I grab the yarn and I start with one side. And yes, you will be wrapping around both of these, by the way. And you just start wrapping around. So that's basically all you're going to do is wrap it around this little tool until you get the thickness that you like. So I'm wrapping it around. I don't really want very, very big pom-poms, so I picked the smallest Pom-Pom Maker out of all of them. You do get them in a different sizes, but I picked the smallest one I have, which was this Pom-Pom Maker. And because this is only a tiny pom-pom maker, I think this should be enough yarn to make the first side. I'm pretty sure of it. So then what you want to do is put the yarn through the little slit. So put it through there, as you see. So you can actually shut it and start on the next one. But some people like to cut their yarn and start off fresh. You can do that if you like. I find it easier just wrapping it all in one. Oh, we've got a tiny little knot. I don't really want that knot. So try and eyeball it, make it as level as possible. This could use a bit more yarn, so we'll be using a little bit more yarn. Okie dokie. Yep, just a tiny bit more and then I should be done. Yep, I'm done, so I'm just going to close it. Okay, so once you close it, you want to trim off this yarn, and then you want to start trimming up the middle. So you see this little groove, that's where you want to start trimming. And it's actually a bit tough to trim it, to be honest. But you don't have to worry about the yarn coming loose and that, because the Pom-Pom Maker is actually holding it there. So now you want to cut up the other side. I've got a little bit of stuck yarn that I'm trying to pick out. Okay, so once you do that, you want to make sure it's all cut completely. I think mine's pretty well done. So then you want to cut a decent piece of yarn, because you want to tie it around a few times. You're going to go in between them grooves, like so, and then you want to tie a knot. And pull it tight. Not so tight you snap it, but tight enough so it doesn't come undone. And you want to do it at least 2 more times to make sure you're going to be safe and it doesn't come undone. If it comes undone and your daughter or your son's wearing it, to me it's going to be a daughter. You're going to be in for a lot of trouble. So I've tied mine at least 3 times. Then you want to turn it over and tie. You want to turn it over and tie a knot for the other side. Now I'm sorry if you can't really see what I'm doing. I've got it down on my bed so I can actually see and tie it easier. And then what you want to do is open up these little clamps, and then you want to open up the Pom-Pom Maker completely. So I've just taken it completely out, so you don't really need them anymore at all. So I'm just going to shut it up. And then what you want to do is shake it to puff it up a bit. And then I've actually got something to actually cut my yarn over so it doesn't come undone. But what you want to do is, yeah, I'm sorry if you can't really see. But what you want to do is just trim it like this. And keep on trimming it until you like how big it is, until you like how fluffy it is. Because trimming it like this, around and around and around, will just fluff it up a bit, make it fluffy, and on top of that, it will make it smaller. Because obviously you don't want to chuck a big thing like that on a tiny little boot. So because this actually takes quite a long time, I'm going to do this off of camera and I'm going to come back. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've got both of my pom-poms all done. They're probably not the same size, but they're pretty close enough. So the next step is to grab your crochet hook and the same colour yarn. You want to tie a knot, and then you want to chain. It does say a certain amount of chains on this project. It says chain at least 40 centimeters, but I'm going to chain how much I think this booty actually needs, because the last time I did it for my last booty, I actually had to unravel a couple of stitches, and I don't really want to do that. It's actually quite hard work, so I'm just making a tiny chain, however long I think it should be. I think a little bit more will do it. Okay, I think that would do it. So I'm going to grab my scissors and give me 2 seconds so I can grab my darning needle, because I need that in a second. Okay, so I've got my darning needles. So you're just going to make a slip stitch through. So you got your chain. Now you want to thread it on one end of your yarn, and then what you want to do is start from the bottom of your shoe, pick a space however high you want up, and go through one side. I actually did it wrong. That was an accident. So you want to start and you want to do a crisscrossing pattern. So if I grab my other booty, I'll show you what I mean. So you just want to do like a little crisscross pattern, as you see on my first booty I did. It's a little crisscross pattern that I did. So you're making laces, it's a little crisscrossy pattern, detail. So I just want to go up. And yes, you do want to be changing your ends every time you go up. So it's not the perfect crisscrossy pattern, but as long as it looks like a shoelace, that's all I care about. So it's basically what I've got there. It's like a little crisscrossy pattern. So it's not the best crisscross, but it will do. So then what you want to do is, this is personal, but I actually like to tie a little knot at the very top to stop it from coming like raveling back through, which probably won't ever happen because of the pom-poms. But this is just like a personal thing that I like to do, to tie a knot. And then what I do next is to grab my end of my yarn from my laces and tie a knot around the pom-pom, which can be a bit tricky. Okay, so I've got one. So that's basically what you want to do. And then you want to do the same thing for the other pom-pom. But I'm going to do it off of camera and I'm going to come back for the intro. Okay, so I'm back, you guys, for the intro. And this is what the booty looks like. So that's what the booty looks like. So all you got to do now is make the other booty, which obviously I'm not going to be doing on camera because you guys don't need to see the tutorial twice. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'm currently going through a breakup at the moment, like I mentioned earlier through this video. And I'm currently going through a dog death because my grandmother's dog, and she's been a best friend to all of us in the family, she passed away, Stella. So she passed away from cancer. It's quite sad, but it's the way the world works. You can't really do anything for a sick dog like you can for a human, which is very, very sad. And I hope the Lord does change that and try to save dogs if they do get that sick. Because you can save humans, what's wrong with saving a pet? And a pet becomes part of your family member. So, yeah, and this is the second dog that passed away from cancer. For me it is. And this is the fourth dog I have to put down. So it is pretty sad. Hopefully I don't have to put down any more dogs, which I probably will in the future. But hopefully not from cancer. So this is the second dog that died from cancer. And it's sad. I love her and I miss her, but it's the way the world works. So rest in peace, you up there, Stella. But apart from that, everything's been going pretty good. Apart from the breakup and losing a pet. But I'm not going to let my personal life get in between my YouTube life. So that's why I haven't really been mentioning anything like that on YouTube or anything like that recently. Because I don't try to let my personal life get to me. But the best thing about this year is I'm going to be a mummy in less than 9 weeks. So I'm currently 30 weeks and 3 days, I think. So I'm currently 30 weeks. So it's just under 9 weeks to go and she'll be here. I'm hoping I do go full term instead of early labour, because early labour they become preemie borns and it's really hard to look after a preemie. Hopefully I don't have to look after a preemie born. But however, it doesn't matter what type of birth it is, I'll love her no matter what. Even though she's going to grow up without a father, but that's his choice. He made his bed and he's going to have to lie in it. And to be honest, I don't reckon he actually gives two shits about her, because if he really did care about his daughter, he would be doing everything in his power to try his best to make up what he's done and try his best to see her. And he hasn't done any of that. So, to be honest, I don't reckon he cares. And he doesn't care about me at all. And I thought we're going to live a happy life and we're going to be in love forever. I was wrong. As soon as he impregnated me, he fucked off. But that's not up to YouTube. It's not YouTube business, so I'm going to keep it out of YouTube. It's my personal life, and I try to keep my personal life out of YouTube because it could impact my YouTube. It could impact my life in my YouTube life. But I do update you on anything that you guys need to know, or if I want to tell you. I'll probably end up telling you guys this in the future, the story of what actually happened, what came down in the future, but not now because I'm still trying to heal. But apart from that, I'm doing okay, and I'm going to actually end the video. So I really hope you guys liked the tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And please, if you haven't already become a heart, please hit the subscribe button so you automatically become a heart and welcome to the family hearts. And hit the post notification bell button so you get notified whenever I post another video. Bye.